Hey there, globetrotters and couch potatoes. Father Nature back again. Ever feel like you're stuck in a rut, like you're watching the world go by from your living room window? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to embark on a virtual voyage to some of the most awe-inspiring, jaw-dropping, and downright hilarious landmarks on this crazy planet of ours. We're talking about the big kahunas, the creme de la creme, the places you absolutely, positively have to see before you shuffle off this mortal coil. Think bucket list, but with a lot more laughs and a lot less existential dread. From towering structures that seem to defy gravity to ancient wonders that make you question everything you thought you knew about history, we're covering it all, folks. So grab your snacks, settle in, and get ready for a wild ride. First up, we're jetting off to Paris, the city of love, to visit the granddaddy of all towers, the Eiffel Tower. This iron giant was built way back in 1889 for the World's Fair, and let me tell you, they didn't have any fancy cranes back then. Can you imagine putting that thing together with just pulleys and elbow grease? Talk about a workout. But hey, they got the job done, and over a century later, the Eiffel Tower is still standing tall, a testament to both human ingenuity and the structural integrity of really strong rivets. Now, legend has it that Gustave Eiffel, the mastermind behind this metallic masterpiece, actually designed a secret apartment for himself at the very top. Can you imagine the parties he must have had up there? The champagne, the caviar, the breathtaking views, and the pigeons. Let's not forget about the pigeons. Anyway, whether you choose to ascend to its peak, admire it from afar with a baguette in hand, or just use it as a giant compass to navigate the city, the Eiffel Tower is an absolute must-see. Just be prepared to share the experience with a few thousand of your closest friends. Next up, we're hopping, skipping, and jumping over to China to marvel at the Great Wall. This thing is ridiculously long. Like, seriously, it's over 13,000 miles long. To put that in perspective, you could walk the entire length of this wall and probably go through about a dozen pairs of shoes. And that's assuming you don't get lost along the way, which, let's be honest, is a very real possibility. They say the Great Wall was built to keep out invaders, but honestly, I think it was just an excuse for the emperor to say, hey, let's see if we can build a wall so long it circles the entire country. And you know what? They pretty much succeeded. It's an incredible feat of engineering and a testament to the tenacity of the human spirit. Or maybe just a testament to the fact that they didn't have Netflix back then. Whatever the reason, the Great Wall of China is a sight to behold. Just make sure you bring a good map, plenty of water, and maybe a friend or two to help you carry all those souvenirs. Now we're heading over to the land of opportunity, the home of the brave, the place where dreams come true. New York City, and what better way to kick off our American adventure than with a visit to Lady Liberty herself? Standing tall and proud in New York Harbor, the Statue of Liberty has been welcoming visitors to the United States for over a century. She's a symbol of freedom, democracy, and the pursuit of happiness. Or at least that's what they tell me. I mean, I'm just a voiceover. I don't really have any personal opinions on the matter. But hey, who am I to argue with a giant copper lady holding a torch? She looks like she means business. Plus, I hear she gives great hugs. If you can get past the security checkpoint, that is. So, if you ever find yourself in the Big Apple, be sure to pay a visit to Lady Liberty. Just don't ask her about the price of healthcare. Hold on to your togas, folks, because we're traveling back in time to ancient Rome to visit the Colosseum. This architectural marvel was once the epicenter of entertainment, where gladiators fought to the death chariots raced, and audiences went wild. It was basically the Roman equivalent of a Super Bowl Sunday, only with a lot more blood and guts. Now, the Colosseum may be a bit crumbly these days, but back in its heyday, it was the place to be. They even had a retractable roof, which is pretty impressive considering they didn't have electricity back then. I can just imagine the emperor sitting in his private box, sipping on wine and enjoying the show. Of course, if you were a gladiator down in the arena, it probably wasn't as much fun. But hey, that's show business for you. So if you're ever in Rome, be sure to check out the Colosseum. It's a fascinating glimpse into the past. and a great place to work on your gladiator pose. Next, we're strapping on our hiking boots and heading to Peru to explore the lost city of the Incas, Machu Picchu. This ancient city is perched high up in the Andes Mountains, and let me tell you, it's quite a trek to get there. But trust me, the views are worth every step, and every bead of sweat dripping down your face. Now, Machu Picchu was built way back in the 15th century, and for centuries it was hidden from the outside world. Some say it was a secret city, others say it was a royal retreat, and some even say it was built by aliens. Okay, that last one might be a bit far-fetched, but hey, you never know. Whatever the case may be, Machu Picchu is a truly magical place, full of history, mystery, and probably a few llamas. Just be careful not to step on any ancient ruins while you're busy taking selfies. Get ready for a serious case of the feels, folks, because we're about to visit the Taj Mahal, India's monument to eternal love. This architectural masterpiece was built by Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan in memory of his favorite wife, Mumtaz Mahal. Talk about setting the bar high for husbands everywhere. Now, the Taj Mahal is known for its stunning beauty, its intricate details, and its perfect symmetry. Seriously, they even built a matching mosque on the other side just to keep things balanced. That's some next-level commitment right there. They say that Shah Jahan was so obsessed with the Taj Mahal's perfection that he cut off the hands of all the craftsmen who worked on it so they could never replicate its beauty. Okay, that one might be a myth, but it makes for a good story, right? Either way, the Taj Mahal is a testament to the power of love and the importance of having a good architect. G'day mates! We're heading down under to visit the Sydney Opera House, Australia's most iconic landmark. This architectural wonder looks like a giant sailboat that ran aground. But hey, don't let its unconventional design fool you. The Sydney Opera House is a world-class performing arts venue. Now, the Sydney Opera House has a bit of a reputation for being notoriously difficult to build. It took 14 years, $102 million, and over 10,000 workers to complete. And that was back in the 1970s. Can you imagine the cost overruns today? They'd probably have to sell off half the country just to pay for the construction. But hey, it all worked out in the end, and the Sydney Opera House is now one of the most recognizable buildings in the world. It's a symbol of Australia's creativity, its innovation, and its ability to pull off a really big project. Pack your sunscreen and your conspiracy theories, folks, because we're traveling back in time to ancient Egypt to visit the pyramids of Giza. These massive structures have been standing for over 4,500 years, and to this day, no one knows exactly how they were built. Some say it was aliens, some say it was magic, and some say it was just really strong Egyptians. I mean, have you ever seen those guys lift weights? They're ripped. Now, the most famous of the pyramids is the Great Pyramid of Giza, which was built as a tomb for the pharaoh Khufu. Apparently, Khufu wanted to make sure he had plenty of room for all his stuff in the afterlife, because this pyramid is huge. It's so big, in fact, that it was the tallest man-made structure in the world for over 3,800 years. That's like a really long time. So, whether you believe they were built by aliens, magic, or just really buff Egyptians, the pyramids of Giza are an awe-inspiring sight to behold. Cheerio, chaps! We're popping over to London town to visit Big Ben, the most famous clock tower in the world. Now, Big Ben is actually the nickname for the Great Bell inside the tower, but let's be honest, no one calls it the Elizabeth Tower, even though that's its official name. Big Ben just has a better ring to it, don't you think? Now, Big Ben has been keeping Londoners on time since 1859, and for the most part, it's done a pretty good job. Sure, it's had a few hiccups along the way, like that time it stopped working for 26 days straight because of a snowstorm. But hey, nobody's perfect, right? Plus, when you're as old as Big Ben, you're allowed to take a break every now and then. So, if you find yourself in London, be sure to swing by Big Ben and give it a listen. Just don't set your watch by it unless you're okay with being a few minutes late. Well folks, we've reached the end of our journey, and what better way to wrap things up than with a visit to Mount Rushmore, America's most patriotic mountain. This granite sculpture features the faces of 4 of America's most famous presidents: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln, carved into the side of a mountain. Talk about having a bad hair day for all eternity. Now, Mount Rushmore was the brainchild of sculptor Gutzon Borglum, who wanted to create a lasting monument to American democracy. And what better way to do that than by carving the faces of 4 presidents into a mountain? It's not exactly subtle, but hey, it gets the point across. So if you're ever in South Dakota, be sure to pay a visit to Mount Rushmore. It's a truly impressive feat of engineering, a testament to the power of human creativity, and a great place to get a really big selfie with 4 of America's most famous leaders. Well, folks, there you have it, our whirlwind tour of the top 10 must-see landmarks around the world. We've seen everything from towering skyscrapers to ancient ruins, from romantic monuments to quirky architectural wonders. We've laughed, we've cried. Okay, maybe not cried, but we definitely chuckled a few times. And we've learned a thing or two about the world around us. So, what are you waiting for? Grab your passport, book that flight, and go explore the world. And hey, while you're at it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more hilarious travel adventures. Until next time, happy travels, and remember, always pack snacks.